This strange friendship of a dog and a duck. There once was a dog who lived on a farm. This dog loved his life on the farm. He loved playing with the other farm animals, and he loved chasing away the pesky rodents that tried to steal the farmer's grain. But most of all, the dog loved his routine. Every day when the sun came up, he would wake up, stretch, yawn, and then go out into the yard to greet the day. And every evening when the sun went down, he would do it all again. One day, the dog was out in the yard when he saw something strange. There was a duck in the yard, and the duck was trying to get at the dog's food bowl. The dog didn't want to share his food with the duck, so he started to growl and bark. But the duck wasn't afraid. He just kept on quacking and trying to get at the dog's food. The dog had never seen a duck before, so he wasn't sure what to do. He could chase the duck away. But something about the duck's determined flapping and his loud quacking made the dog want to play. So instead of chasing the duck away, the dog started to bark and play with the duck. They played until the duck got tired, and then he settled down beside the dog's food bowl. The dog didn't mind sharing his food with the duck after they had played, and they became friends. They played together every day, and the dog even started bringing the duck little gifts, like sticks and stones and dead mice. The duck didn't really like those gifts, but he did like the dog's enthusiasm. He would quack loudly when the dog brought him a gift, and then he would settle back down beside the dog and they would watch the other farm animals. One day, the dog and the duck were watching the chickens when a fox came bounding through the farmyard. The chickens scattered, but one little chick was left behind. The fox pounced, and the dog and the duck knew they had to do something. The dog started barking furiously, and the duck quacked as loud as he could. The fox, startled by the noise, hesitated for just a second. That was all the time the dog needed. He jumped at the fox and scared him off. From that day on, the dog and the duck were best friends. They did everything together, and the other animals on the farm grew to love them both. They loved how brave the dog was and how clever the duck was. They also loved how much the dog and the duck loved each other. It was a sight to see them playing together, the big brave dog and the little funny duck. They were an odd pair, but they were the best of friends. And that is the story of the dog and the duck. Now you know why it's important to be yourself. If the dog had chased the duck away, he would have never had such a fun-loving friend. And if the duck had been afraid of the dog, he would have never been able to live such a happy life on the farm. They say that opposites attract, and that was certainly true for the dog and the duck. Their differences made their friendship special, and it made every day on the farm an adventure. Now, close your eyes and think of a time when you made an unlikely friend. What did you learn from that experience? Write your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a big city. She lived in a tall building with her family, and she had everything she could ever want. But the little girl was always bored. There was nothing for her to do in the big city. All of the parks were full of noisy children, and the museums were full of boring exhibits. One day, the little girl's mom took her to a pet store. They looked at all of the cute puppies and kittens, but none of them felt right. Then they went into a different part of the store, and they saw a little bunny rabbit sitting in a cage. The little girl had never seen such a beautiful animal before. His fur was soft and white, and his eyes were big and brown. The little girl knew that she had to have this bunny rabbit. She named him Snowball, and they took him home. When Snowball first arrived at the little girl's house, he was very scared. He didn't know where he was, or where his mother was. But the little girl was very patient and kind. She gave him food and water and a soft place to sleep. And slowly but surely, Snowball began to trust her. Every day, the little girl would come home from school and spend hours playing with Snowball. They would run around the house, chase each other through the hallways, and snuggle on the couch together. Snowball was the perfect pet. He was soft and fluffy, and he never made a mess. One day, the little girl was playing with Snowball, and she accidentally hurt him. She felt terrible, but Snowball just licked her hand and hopped away. The little girl learned that even if she made mistakes, Snowball would always forgive her. Every night before bed, the little girl would tell Snowball all of her secrets. She told him about her day at school, her favorite dress, and her dreams for the future. Snowball was the perfect listener, and he never judged her. As the years went by, The little girl grew up, but her love for Snowball never faded. When she was sad, he was there to comfort her. When she was happy, he was there to celebrate with her. Snowball was more than just a pet. He was her best friend. And that is the story of the little girl and her pet rabbit, Snowball. Now you know why it's important to be kind to animals. You never know when they might become your best friend. We hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. We would love to have you as part of our community. Thank you for watching.